here is Transformers Last Night, Barricade on the turntable. I do like the way that they do that wrap around there. Another shot of him here. I like that the predominant red eyes, but the blue eyes kind of make it weird to me. There he is, 23 steps. They brought him back from the dead, guys, because he clearly died at the end of the third Dark of the Moon movie. And pause and scan right there. If you're looking in a store, I know a lot of people are fans of the Bayverse designs. I like that muscle car, but I wish they would just pay it the proper respect and not make it look kind of like garbage with the Bayverse designs, and we're getting ready to have more of them. Let's take a closer look. Of plastic and cardboard prisons, I think this is a much better way of going about doing things. Like this a lot. Some out of the box contents will need to be pre-assembled into Barricade. And here is Barricade fully assembled there. We will get to the weapons here in a minute. You had to add these back pieces on and then shift it up ever so slightly to form that backpack. And it cleans up pretty good from a side profile. And then we're going to go through his armaments. You got the wrist shooter that goes on the right wrist, just like so. You got the Hellboy revolver modified. That thing looks like it's got 6 guns, or 6 the barrels all the way through there with the pewage there. So let's get that in his hand, and there he is there. Here's his MagSec 6 from Perfect Dark. There was a gun called the MagSec. I was just, fooling around, and you can act like that's another ammo clip, but that goes for storage later. Dual wielding Samuel L. Jackson style. And when you got to clear every military room, you go with the six blaster running this Buffalo Soldier, like I told you. Look here. I mean, that is just really, really freaking tight and cool. You can store the other one on the other hip there, and that's what you look like with that setup and configuration there. It's really, really awesome the amount of firepower they give this guy. He's a little overkill, but that's all good, guys. With all that said and done, let's get this guy over into vehicle mode. And I'm so very glad that I did not... Oh, I forgot the articulation before we go to vehicle mode. I'm so very glad that I didn't go with the original footage. Let's go through that articulation next. From toe to head, that articulation goes. We got a transformation joint that you can get some rocker. Well, actually, there's that right there. You get some rocker there, and it does have another little hinge there for transformation. You got that there if you wanted to give him a little more chicken leg look, but I'd rather not. Just keep it straight, man. I mean, it even locks into place, whips into place. Love the detail in the legs there. You can get this much in that knee there, because this is like part of the bumper of the rear car. You can kick up this high. You got the bottom or the back end of the car there, but on the underside of the foot, that's the only thing I don't like about it, because this will probably, with time and play, and or it could get the paint chipped off of it. You can go back that far. You cannot get the full Van Damage or the full Mr. T, just because those god awful ball joints, but you can get that much. So looks like he's doing a cheer, and he just lost his articulation and or the ability to move outward there like that. You do get, because of transformation joint and all the way around at the waist, that barely clears. If you have the pistols stowed in, it'll hit this backside here, and that's just a little bit unfortunate. But those tabs are critical, mission critical to tabbing into the vehicle mode when all this compacts up into the back end of the car. Nice details on the chest. Got the tempo there on the middle there. I like how this piece comes up and covers up that piece, and these things just roll back into place. That is so cool, and it whips into place at that. Just great detail throughout. Just not enough paint on this thing to make all those details pop. I don't like all the gray plastic. It's just unnerving after seeing how beautifully painted it is on his face even. And then his shoulders, I mean, you can get all the way around at the shoulder there. You can do what you can do with the elbow ball joints there. You do get some bumpage at that pew blaster. And then same thing over here, you run into some flack there, but you can clearly see that there is no wrist swivel. The hollowness on the underside of the forearms, it's on both due to the transformation, I guess, to lock back into place, to tab in. things and stuff. The back side, you have the articulating siren lights, and you can leave them like that, but the instruction says that. And they also said in instructions that this is totally loose. This is painted piece. This is all clear plastic painted, and with time and play and wear, I'm worried about that, you know, breaking down and that kind of thing. I'm going to get a hold of a black Sharpie and color that in, so I'll go with the all black look there. And then that head sculpt is absolutely gorgeous, well painted. I love the red eyes versus the blue eyes, just in sequence with this stuff going on here. And then he can get up this far, and I'm going to try to do a mod without hopefully not breaking him, but like he should be able to look up too and do those running barricade, you know, boo, 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 boo. You can kind of do that right now as is, but I mean, there's something epic about Transformers 1, the first movie, 2007 movie, where he's chasing Sam down, and they just brought him back from the dead with this new form here. It's really, really awesome. It only had like 2 minutes and 35 seconds of screen time and bits and pieces and parts, a couple of speaking bits, but that's how the Bayverse handles our beloved Transformers. I really wish that they would take the source material seriously and give us the Transformers movie we want, but we can't do that with a Michael Bay at the helm directing. I think Bumblebee to this day is the best live action version of any Transformers movie, and on that flip token of the animation stuff, Transformers 1 is definitely the most awesome, even over the 86 movie that we so beholden to back in the day era. That was such a sad movie, and then it was still sad and deeply emotional in Transformers 1, but we'll never get to see the sequel and the actual war with the Quintessons and Optimus leading and Megatron stirring things up as a Decepticon. That totally sucks that we're not going to get to see that now, but really, really awesome. And then now we just got to get them over into vehicle mode, guys. In 3, 2, 1, and I'm so glad that I just didn't go with the original footage that I shot earlier today as I did the unboxing, which I left that in the video, obviously. But I decided to reshoot the other parts, and I'm so glad I did, because this vehicle mode is absolutely gorgeous to my eye. Even though he's a bona fide shell former, the way he folds up into this, he does the shell former thing to perfection. And I can show you this right quick by doing a quick look at the bottom here and let you see. He just folds up underneath there, and I probably get that head to turn around and whatnot, but yeah, it does it so cleanly, holds together really, really good. And he's got some slots here because he can do some stuff with the weapons there, but nice pinned in wheels, rolls really, really good. That back end looks really, really great. There's something about the kits and the cop car and the over-the-topness of it that I don't normally like, but I absolutely adore here. And then there's that side of the car. These are for the robot mode, as we got somebody playing on their ATV over there, and that's okay, or dirt bike. But 867 on the top of the car, police on the side. They just freaking ran out of a room and budget probably to add in to punish and enslave, like it said on the original Barricade. And that's the other thing when we get it in robot mode. It's one of the things I can't stand. They did manage to add a little bit of paint there to those lights inside of the front end ram piece and stuff, and I absolutely love the little dots of paint they used right there. You can see it in the sunlight there inside of the headlamps. Really, really like the kit's look of that. I don't know if it's a Shelby or what. The same. I mean, I love this car mode. I think it's actually Ford licensed. Yeah, boom. So anyway, I have to look that up in post. Boom, and get you that model up right there. I just want to be, you know, on top of it there. That's about all it does in car mode, except for you can weaponize it up. The right fist piece looks like the flex capacitor from Back to the Future, sorta. Ridiculous over the top on the left, and the modified Hellboy special revolver there on the right. And over top 6-barrel wrist cannon that looks like a couple of mortars there. A lot of firepower, a little bit more ridiculous over the topness, and for the sake of, you know, weapon storage in car mode. Nothing can fit up underneath really, and I just did it for the sake of the video, and that's what you can do with it if you so decide to do. I don't know many of us. I'd leave it in just the car mode minus all the firepower. But that's just me. Let's get him back over into robot mode and get him into some final thoughts. Going into some final thoughts, I wanted to get all the stuff on here to show you can hold everything in certain ways, different spots, things you can do here most certainly. And I do want to get one more comparison, because the one, elephant in the room outside the wrist articulating and it's not there is the other lack of details that was in the last night version back of this. Some final thoughts on this last night Barricade update. It's obvious that the design team at Hasbro put more thought and love into this process here than Michael Bay did in the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that pretty much him and the other Decepticons in the movie. I mean, there's so little bits of, in the last two movies, the Transformers are not the prime focus of anything. In the whole Bayverse, the Transformers were not, given a serious shake, period. With all that said and done, this guy's actually a lot of fun. This is just one of the many different loadouts you can do here with him. He's got places to stick his 6-shooter and his pistolie right here on his hips, and then you can wrap that other thing around, and you got the other one on the arm already there. Looks really, really awesome. I love the car mode. The car mode is the highlight for me, and I love that they got pinwheels on these things these days. But therein, I'm hoping that a third party will come in and take these guys like this and do way better molds than Hasbro has, because Hasbro is pretty much doing, the whole 2 minutes and 30 second approach to do more with less, and bam, this is what we got. I mean, there's a lot of details here that are just totally not painted over. They didn't use the paint on it, and they just kind of glossed over it with, okay. Anyway, I love how the car mode does cover up the gray when you transform it, and I love to have Transformers be able to store their weapons in their alt modes so that stuff doesn't get loose or lost over time. But that's just me in general and stuff. Thanks again for watching my quick review of last night Barricade. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a safe and wonderful week out there. Take care. Happy 2026 all.